What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into episode number 559 of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the city of Vineland. It's KB coming at you from Underground Studios, and joining me like he does on every Sunday into Monday episode, coming to you from the Pitts Cave, the people's champ, the host with the most, Mr. Patty Pitts. What's going on, brother?
Oh, what's popping, my guy? It's good to be back in the Underground. Talking shop pre-show. We got football back on. Wrestling's great. I can't really complain other than I worked today. That's it. I was slinging fish on a Sunday. You know, that's what I do.
Slinging fish. Slinging fish like a bad bitch.
That was terrible.
It's terrible. I know. I'm such a scumbag. We got a fun show. As you guys can probably tell by my voice right now, I lost my voice a little bit today while I was down at Citizens Bank Park. I was there pretty much all weekend, Pitsy. I was fortunate enough. Casey, our host of F1 Underground, Owen was still down at the shore, so they had an extra ticket. So I went to Friday night's game with Casey and her parents. It was a blast. Awesome. We'll get into Friday night's game. And then I was there today for the season tickies game. You can tell I lost my voice because if you watch today's game and the events that transpired behind the plate with the home plate umpire, who I need somebody like Dewani, like somebody to draw the home plate umpire duct tape to the brick wall in the middle of Citizens Bank Park and the Fanatic just launching him with hot dogs from the hot dog launcher on his four-wheeler that he has, because that home plate umpire is going to catch loads and loads of shit tonight on this podcast. He made me an umpire should not make me lose my voice.
I don't think you should.
Here we are.
Sure.
I'm powering through because the people deserve to hear me complain about this bozo who altered a Major League Baseball game today between two teams who are fighting for playoff positioning, and the Phillies, more importantly, a wild card positioning. So we'll get into that. We'll get into you sickos who decided to watch an Eagles preseason game. There were two key moments from that, and that was it. We'll get into those key moments, though, because they're very fun. And that's what the preseason is for. You don't need to watch the games because the sickos who are will put the highlights out on the social medias, and you'll see the good stuff. You don't need to sit through dreck and drudge of a 60-minute preseason game. But I digress. We'll also get into Lionel Messi's coming to Philly, baby.
The GOAT's coming to town.
The Union advance in the League's
Roll out
Cup.
the red carpet.
Messi's coming to town. We're going to get into that. Plus, we'll have some fun conversations along the way, so hopefully you'll stick around. But before we get into all that, make sure you're following us on the socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. I know we've been a little inactive on Threads, but I'm trying to get back in the groove of just having that little diamond of social medias there for the people. All of those apps, though, at Underground PHI, Facebook.com/Underground Sports PHI. We are popping on Facebook right now. Shout out to our new 600-plus followers on Facebook.
Hey, let's go.
Because we went viral. We have a video that's close to 1 million views on Facebook.
That's so wild.
So shout out to our new followers on Facebook. We're going to try to be more active on there because you people followed us and you deserve our content. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Underground Sports PHI. You can follow Pitsy on Twitter at Pat_Pitts and on Instagram and Threads at Pitsy35. You can follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311 and KBIZZLE11 on Instagram and Threads. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast feed, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. It goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow, helps us do more dope shit that we want to do for you guys. Please subscribe, download the show, be a friend, tell a friend, leave a 5-star review, and more importantly, just as importantly, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@undergroundsportsphiladelphia. We're about halfway through August. We need to get to 600 subscribers before the end of the month. That is a company initiative. We need to get to 600. That is our next milestone goal. So we as a whole will be pushing the YouTube channel on all of our social medias, personal and brand, to get to 600 before the end of the month. Go subscribe. That's where you get all of our video content, including this show twice a week, myself and Pitts on Mondays, myself and Matt going into Thursdays. You get Top Bins, Outside the Box, Streamer Season, Get in the Hole, F1 Underground, all of our podcasts on the network, all in one place. Go subscribe. We got a very fun Man on the Street video coming out on YouTube as well, along with TikTok and Instagram from Taiwan Walker's charity event, which we'll talk about on this episode as well, that you won't want to miss. That's coming out. By the time you guys are listening to this, it'll be out on our social medias, so go check that out. But subscribe to the YouTube channel, smash that like button, ring the bell icon, comment down below your thoughts on everything Pitsy and I touch on tonight's episode. And be a friend, tell them to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And like I mentioned, this show presented by the City of Vineland. It's pretty dope that our city has our back and is the presenting sponsor of this show. It still blows my mind every time I say that line. And the City of Vineland Municipal Calendar features city-organized, city-sponsored, and city-affiliated events that are of public interest. The calendar, which is accessible at vinelandcity.org, is a good way for residents and visitors to build awareness, remain engaged with city government, and participate in local events. You can also follow the City of Vineland on social media via their Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube pages. Through these tools, you can stay connected to the community and get important announcements about programs and services offered by the city. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. Pitsy, we had alumni weekend down at Citizens Bank Park this weekend. It's brought to you by our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. They're the best in the game. Gear up for what is going to be a ridiculous Eagles season. Gear up for the incoming Red October. Gear up to stand out in the crowd, whether you're at the stadiums, at your local bar, hanging out with the homies, hanging out with your lady, hanging out with your man. Have a shirt on that is ready to impress. PHI Apparel Company has you covered because with their unique designs, there's no doubt in our minds you're going to stand out in the crowd. Plus, you can get your exclusive Underground Sports Philadelphia podcast merch, which we have merch. I'm working on getting over to Tyler, so we have new merch available for you guys going into the end of summer and into fall. The Philly Dog shirt is available. Get that thing. It is one of the coolest shirts I've ever seen in my life. I know Pitsy's ready to jump on one, even though he's a Patriots and Lions fan.
Yeah,
I support my dog. He wants to be a Philly dog.
I got that dog in me, you know.
Exactly. You can have that dog in you too, and rep the Philly Dogs. You can rep Underground Sports Philadelphia or your favorite podcast on our network. Go to phiapparel.co, and when you go to checkout, use code Underground for 10% off any and all merch at any time. And through August 17th, still in celebration of Michael Lorenzen's no-hitter, you can use code NONO22 to get 22% off all Phillies merch. NONO22 for 22% off Michael Lorenzen's number with the Phils. Or at any time, code Underground to get 10% off any and all merch orders. It's the most effective and direct way to support everything we're doing here. So get your merch. When you get it, tag us, tweet at us. We want to see where you're rocking your merch from, and we'll repost those bad boys everywhere because we want to see everybody rocking our merch. phiapparel.co, code Underground for 10% off. The Phillies unfortunately fell one game shy of the expected win-loss on this homestand that Matt and I set for them at 7-3. They go 6-4. Had a number of opportunities to go 7-3 or better, but salvaged this. It all started with the Trey Turner ovation series against Kansas City last Friday. Trickles into 4 games against the stolen franchise Washington Nationals, where the Phillies take 3 out of 4. And then the Twins come to town. I was there Friday night with Casey and her parents. And Phillies go absolutely absurd with the bats and win 13-2, I believe was the final score. Johan Rojas hits his first career home run off of a position player, which was hilarious.
That's awesome.
Position player did the Craig Kimbrell too, which was hilarious.
That's funny.
And then the Phillies dropped the final 2 games of the Twins series, which was unfortunate. But the one that I was at today, as we record this on Sunday night, was altered by home plate umpire Alex MacKay. I can't wait for MLB umpire scorecards, like the scorecard Twitter account, to tweet out his scorecard from this game, because it is going to be disgusting. Alec Bohm is up to bat with the bases loaded in a huge moment in the game. Bases are juiced. Alec Bohm, our hands down best hitter with runners in scoring position on this team. Like, has a almost 400 batting average. Like, I think he's hitting 369 this year with runners in scoring position. It's crazy. Full count, 3-2. The pitch comes in. It's inside. Bohm has to move out of the way of the pitch. Gets called strike 3. Inning over. Alec Bohm bat spikes in anger, throws his helmet, gets ejected. We stand in bat spike solidarity on this podcast with our sweet baby boy Alec Bohm. He had every right to be pissed off. That's the first time he's ever been ejected from a game as well. He had every right to be as mad as he was. All of the StatCast visuals, and when you look in the app, the MLB app, to see the strike zone, it's so clearly a ball that that decision alone, you call that ball 4, you walk in a run, and then Bryce Harper's up to bat with the bases loaded, where you just scored a run, a little momentum swing your way. At that point, it's a 2-1 ball game.
Yeah.
Instead of 2-0 in the inning ending. Then you have Bryce up to bat, and we all know what Bryce can do when the crowd is behind him and ready to rock and roll to try to win a ball game. So that's where momentum swings, number 1. Number 2, next inning rolls around. Bryce Harper up to bat, obviously, to lead off the inning. He gets called on strike 3 on a ball that is even more clearly a ball because it's low and outside. It's right outside the corner of the actual strike zone itself on the visuals. Bryce gets pissed. Rob Thompson comes in, gets tossed. He had to get tossed in that situation. Be pissed, get angry so Bryce doesn't get tossed and the Phillies don't lose their DH if things were to transpire the way that we had hoped for them. Where Bryce would get another opportunity to bat. Come to find out, Alex MacKay, this umpire behind home plate today, Pitsy, he's a call-up umpire. He's from the minor leagues.
Yeah, it's minor league umping from what you've described.
Why are we having a minor league umpire behind home plate in a game between 2 teams that are in a playoff race right now in their respective leagues? And more importantly, in a game where a team like the Philadelphia Phillies, and this is all my bias aside, if this was happening to the Giants, the Cubs, the Marlins, I would be equally flabbergasted.
You mean at the Marlins, but
stupidest team of all time.
That's why.
The Phillies are in a wild card race right now, fighting against 6 other teams. And you just altered a game where today the Giants hit a walk-off home run in extra innings to win, to gain ground on the Phillies. The Marlins come back from being down 7-3 in the 9th inning to beat the Yankees 8-7.
That was awesome.
Gain ground on the Phillies.
I'm sorry, but that was fucking awesome that the Yankees lost that bad.
I want to see what the result of the Chicago Cubs game was today, because they probably ended up winning and the Cubs end up losing. But the Giants win today, the Marlins win today, and gain ground on the Phillies now. The Cubs end up losing, which helps you. I think the Reds ended up winning today, so the Reds gain ground in the standings. The Phillies win this game, they just continue to build. Right now, the Phillies are the number 1 wild card in the National League. You continue to separate yourself and keep the Giants and Marlins behind you, because we all know how important home field advantage is in baseball in the postseason. And we all saw last year how incredible Citizens Bank Park was whenever the Phillies were at home. That was a series. Those were series-altering games last year in the playoffs when the Phillies were at home. The Rhys Hoskins bat spike, Bryce Harper, the swing of his life. Like, the Phillies had moments in the postseason last year where being at home was an advantage. And I think baseball is the one true sport collectively in the playoffs especially. Like, you can get it in football too, but I think baseball, it's a different breed where home field advantage is so important.
Oh, it's way more important.
And it changes the course of a game because there is no clock. There is no, like, it's such a different sport. There's no time clock. There's a pitch clock. There's no timed clock like football, hockey, basketball.
I'm playing with these semantics.
Home field advantage is going to be important for the Phillies, especially if things stay the way they are now, where if the playoffs started today, wild card weekend, the San Francisco Giants and Gabe Kapler, ghost of Phillies past, for two reasons, it being the Giants and Gabe Kapler, come to Citizens Bank Park for a best-of-3 series.
You need to win. You need to go.
You need home field advantage, so you're not going out to San Francisco for a best-of-3 series. Because, remember, that's how the playoffs work with the wild card. It's a best-of-3, and all the games are at the home team.
You don't want to do that.
Like, you don't want to have to get on a plane and go across the country.
Yeah.
So,
especially when you
this
have
is this is a catastrophic thing for Major League Baseball, that you have a minor league umpire not only on this crew, but he's behind home plate.
Yeah, but why? Why did they have a minor league ump get called up now? Like,
I saw somebody tweeted at me, my boy Dawson, who follows me big time during Wings season because he's a season ticket holder, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if this is true. This is the first time I've ever heard of it. But he said the August MLB Umpires Union vacation period, parentheses, or whatever the official name is for it, is always a terrifying time. I don't know if this is a thing, but if this is a thing, this needs to be fixed. We can't have umpires taking vacations in August. This is like key time of the season.
Well, what if the daughter's getting married, Kyle? All right.
Hey, do your job. Figure it out.
My wife's going into labor.
I'm looking this up right now.
There's just shit that is gonna come up that you're like, yeah, there's gonna be the dickwad who takes a vacation in August, but then it's like, oh yeah, I need to take off for a couple days because this happened. I'm playing devil's advocate here.
MLB umpires receive a 4 weeks vacation during the regular season.
Yeah, so they're just getting the last days of summer in.
Like,
take it in May.
Do you know how much the salary range for MLB umpires was in 2017?
It's like I would say 150 to 200 grand.
$120,000 to $350,000.
I'm not far
But then the salary range was redefined in 2020, and since then, MLB umpires have made between $110,000 to $432,000.
Yeah, the
seasoned umpires earn more than new ones. You're paying umpires who this is not their full-time job, close to $500,000 to fuck up games and ruin potential standings in the most clutch moments of a season. There needs to be we brought this up months ago on OTB. The lack of accountability and the lack of just referees and umpires being viewed as these holier-than-thou figures in sports needs to be abolished. The fact that Alec Boehm gets tossed from today's game, Rob Thompson gets tossed from today's game for disagreeing with a clearly piss poor call by the guy behind the plate, and that guy is not going to face any discipline, is not going to get fined, is not going to get questioned about his calls, is ridiculous.
Don't you think though that they are getting fined or somewhat reprimanded? They're not at all?
I don't. I think the only
think
person who's ever been reprimanded is Angel Hernandez, and he's back up in the major leagues already.
Oh, jeez.
Like, why are umpires who are clearly making these calls not getting sent down to the minor leagues themselves, where this guy belongs anyway because he's a call-up umpire? Like, if you fuck up a game that bad, like, baseball needs to hire this MLB umpire scorecards guy because his numbers are amazing. Like, he does a great job, or whoever is behind getting the stats and everything. They do a great job. If you are less than 85% accurate as a collective umpire on the season, goodbye, you're getting sent down.
Yeah.
There's no need.
Maybe 70, 75.
There's no need for an umpire to have less than 3/4 accuracy. Yeah, 80%. Like, it needs to be high. You need to be as close to perfect as possible. Human error happens. 90%, I'm okay. But you can't have these egregious calls that are game-altering, potentially season-altering. And I don't know if this scorecard was accurate or not. Somebody tweeted, Alex MacKay scorecard. His accuracy on the season, if this was a legit scorecard, can you guess what it is, Pitts?
Oh,
He's called 13 games this year since June.
It's gotta be in the 67.
Huh. If it was 67, the Phillies probably win this game.
Oh, can't be that low. Dude, you can't be telling me it's that low. It's that much lower. It's in the 40s. It's in the 40s?
47% was the graphic I saw. Now, disclaimer, don't know if it was accurate or not. It could be just as accurate as that accuracy there. 47%. You cannot be a major league umpire with a 47% accuracy rating.
I don't think you can. I don't even think you can be a AAA umpire.
No, you should be in the Gulf Coast League. Getting a robot breathing down your throat.
Dude, Little League needs umps, and like there's a lot of shortages in workers. I mean, why don't you just go there? That's where you belong.
Blows my mind that that is allowed. We don't get any at least with the NFL, and I mentioned this on OTB when we talked about this. At least with the NFL, like there's the pool reporter that asks the referee the questions or whatever at the end of a game. We don't get that with umpires. Those umpires zoom out of there and are just gone. Deuces, bye.
They don't want to deal with it. They're too good for that.
Alex MacKay should be duct taped to the brick wall at Citizens Bank Park, and the Philly Fanatics should be able to launch hot dogs from the hot dog launcher at him.
See, you said this before, and I have an issue with this for one reason. Why are we using hot dogs? I feel like those can be of use in better places.
Well, we can collect them afterwards, and we can still indulge ourselves in a nice little ballpark Frank. But hot dog launched. Have you seen the Fanatic hot dog launcher? It's like a potato launcher on crack.
Dude,
it's in the shape of a hot dog.
I need that so bad. I need to experience that.
Need that. I need him to just be launched with hot dogs ad nauseum.
Yeah.
It's like the Greek mythology where the raven came in and ate the one dude's like liver or stomach every day, and that was like his personal hell. That's what it should be for Alex MacKay. Every day, Philly Fanatic hot dog launcher.
He should have to fight for it. Yeah.
Done. You're done. Relegate umpires. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of umpires. I'm sick of umpires fucking up games.
Tier system. If you're crushing AAA, you get called up. And if you're screwing up in the majors or AAA, you get sent
goodbye. Relegate.
That's how you get better. That's how you get better. I'm in on this. Well,
umpires suck. They're terrible. And that is why I lost my voice. It's because I was booing an umpire who did not deserve to be a major league umpire today or ever. Fuck Alex MacKay and the clique he claims, which is the MLB Umpires Union. Fuck them. Alumni weekend was dope, though. The Phillies always do a great job with alumni, and it's so cool. They honored the 1983 and 1993 teams, which Larry Anderson, who dream guest for this podcast for sure. He is electric on the radio calls. He was on both teams, 83 and 93. So when they introduced the 83 alumni that were there first. They had their jerseys on, which were the maroon pinstripes. Then they introduced 93. They introduced Larry. He runs across from the third base line to the first base line, and then he switches the jersey to the 93 one, which is the one you kind of see today with the red pinstripes and everything. And then Larry Anderson threw out the first pitch today, and they had a special jersey that Scott Fransky, who's our play-by-play radio commentator, who is phenomenal. Again, I would love to have Scott on this podcast, too. He's one of my heroes. They had a special jersey made for Larry Anderson where it was half the 1983 and half the 1993.
Oh, that's sick. I like
and
that.
And then he threw out the first pitch in that. It was very cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
The Phillies, the organization as a whole, know how to do, like, celebrations and know how to do, like, honoring the past and all that kind of stuff. It is so well done no matter what the occasion is, whether it's retiring a number, a retirement ceremony for a player, alumni weekend, Wall of Fame night. Like, they just do it so well, and it's easily, like, the best in sports, and that's all my bias aside. Just, like, seeing how other teams operate, and that's from afar because I see it on social media. But being able to witness it from the Phillies firsthand, they just do such an excellent job, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, it makes it that much more special for the fans too, who have been watching for so long and experiencing it there, and then to see their old favorite players come back, it gives a little nostalgic feeling to it.
Yeah. And then on Friday, I went down to Citizens Bank Park, which was the plan for me even before knowing that I was going to be going to the game. Taijuan Walker had his charity event, Ty's Tacos, which was super dope, benefiting Turning Points for Children, which helps kids that are in foster care not get stuck in the foster care system and everything. Very awesome cause. They worked with Andrew McCutcheon a few years ago, too, when he was here. So they've kind of ingratiated themselves really well with the Phillies, and it was a really awesome cause. If you know me, I've been the biggest Taijuan Walker fan since he got called up in 2013. We're talking about a decade of being a fan. And that is something that, like, I've thought about this more ever since I watched, like, Bert Kreischer do his press tours for the Machine movie that he did. And he talks about, like, how cool it is to be a fan of someone or something and, like, watching them, take their craft from one step to the next, and it's like, oh, I followed along with you. It's so cool to see your success. That's how I feel about Taijuan Walker. Like, Dylan and I have been fans of Taijuan Walker since 2013, have followed his career from Seattle to Arizona, back to Seattle to Toronto to the Mets, and we were like, oh, why is he going to the Mets? And then he signs with the Phillies, and it's like, our guy is here. I saw Taijuan Walker up close and personal. And then got to snag a selfie with the guy, the homie. We're recording this on his birthday, too, so happy birthday to Taijuan Walker.
Happy birthday, bud.
That was like a surreal moment, though. It was like, hey, Taijuan, can I grab a picture, take a selfie with him? It was just so cool and, like, one of those moments that was like, wow, like, I followed along with this guy for a decade. He plays for my favorite team. He's leading Major League Baseball in wins, should be the Cy Young Award winner because of that. Wins matter. It was just one of those moments in time that I was like, wow, like, I met Taijuan Walker. I met my guy. The event was awesome. Like, yeah, you don't get a chance to meet, like, people that you follow along with or that you claim to be, like, your heroes or stuff like that. Do it. Take those opportunities. Like, it was a free thing to go to as well, and they were just accepting donations for the charity and everything in exchange for some baller-ass tacos.
Kyle, what's your favorite taco?
Oh, this is such a good question. Little foreshadowing as well. My favorite taco. If it's done right, I love a fish taco.
I was gonna say fish taco too.
Fish tacos are great. But I do have to say, I want to get the name of the place right. There's no free ads, but there's a restaurant down in Cape May, which is like about an hour away from me. I went to this restaurant after I officiated my best friend's wedding. We went out in Cape May afterwards. It's called Taco Caballito Tequilaria.
Oh, taqueria. What'd you say, tequilaria?
Tequilaria.
Oh, that's different.
So it's a bar and grill, craft tacos, tequila, margaritas. They're open from 11 to 11. No free ads, but they are. This is one of my favorite restaurants after I went there. They had cheesesteak burrito tacos.
Ooh.
Brother. They changed my life forever. They changed my life forever with those tacos. We went out. My best friend's wedding was the week before my birthday on October 22nd, 22nd, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The next week was my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I told my parents, I said, can we go to the taco place that we went to last week for my birthday lunch? It was that good. Got the same stuff.
Yeah,
it was phenomenal.
Let's switch.
Like, awesome. They are the best. And, like, those cheesesteak burrito tacos were hachi machi, good grief.
That's right up your alley.
It was so good. Like, can't beat it. I am a big, like, burrito taco fan.
What is a burrito taco?
It's the ones where you, like, dip it in the...
Oh, Taco Bell has them now.
You can't. You got to do the authentic if you want to do it.
Well, yeah, no shit. I'm not going to Taco Bell to experience a burrito taco for the first time. If I'm going to Taco Bell, I want diarrhea. There's a difference.
They are life-changing food.
Okay. I'll experience it.
I also enjoy, a good old-fashioned, taco kit, and, make it at home. That's always great.
I love
when
that.
Mom says it's taco night, good night. I'm crushing.
Oh, it's my favorite
6
night.
of them things.
I love when we do tacos at the house because I just house like 4. I'm not. I go a little cheese. There's like a sauce I put on it too, even with the marinade, and then I've been going guac.
I'm not a guac guy.
Really?
Yeah, it's a texture thing for me.
Okay.
I do like chorizo tacos are fun.
What the hell is a chorizo? Dunkin' Donuts has like a ton of them now.
Steak tacos are great. Shrimp tacos done well are fantastic. I love tacos are like in my 5 basic food groups.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I said that for everybody listening at home. Tacos are in my 5 basic food groups. Like your food pyramid. Your food pyramid, tacos.
The tacos is right in the middle there. Like you need to have tacos at least once a week.
Yeah.
It's got everything. It's got everything.
If I'm voted class president, we'll have tacos at least once a week.
Who's with me?
Yeah, I love tacos.
Taxes.
What's yours? What's your go-to?
If I'm going I want a taco for dinner, like we're having taco Tuesday night, whatever. Ground beef, I don't shy away from that. But if like favorite type of taco, put some mahi fish on that. It's so good. One of the restaurants we sell to, I went there to try our fish, and I got the mahi tacos, dude. They had some like sauce with it.
Mm-hmm.
It was unbelievable, melt in your mouth good. Like I want to go back there for that, hands down.
Yeah, comment your favorite taco in the YouTube comment section. Yeah, tacos are. I'm convincing my mom that we're having tacos this week. Easily.
10:30. I think Taco Bell will be open. You're gonna make me do it.
You know what sounds really good? I've never done it, but I feel like it would make sense. Barbecue pulled pork taco.
Oh, that would play. Melt some cheese on that. Not a lot.
Some cheddar.
Nice cheddar on that pulled pork.
Pepper jack.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That would play.
That plays.
That would play well.
Whew. I feel like the Lil Wayne meme. Ooh! Ooh! Good grief. But yeah, shout out to Taiwan Walker. Amazing person. Dream guest on this podcast, Taiwan. We'd love to have you. Leads Major League Baseball and wins. Don't forget it. Taiwan Walker. Pitch, shall we get to your favorite segment?
Let's do it.
It is the good old-fashioned NL East and MLB run differentials. Brought to you by our friends over at Wasted Wedge. Guys, you know we've been talking about Wasted Wedge for you. They're the best in the game, and if you want to create new memories with your friends and family and be the envy of your group, look no further than the lineup of Wasted Wedges and their products. There are blasts to drink shots out of on and off the course, and you can check them out at wastedwedge.com or find them at Wasted Wedge on Instagram and Facebook. Be sure to follow them, and through the end of August, because it's National Golf Month, when you go to check out, use code SUMMER23, and you get free shipping on all your orders from Wasted Wedge. That's SUMMER23 at checkout for free shipping at wastedwedge.com. Pitsy, the run differentials, they are ablaze. We'll start down in Atlanta with the 75-41 Atlanta Braves, who have scored a whopping 678 runs this year.
Jesus,
just on fire, fireball. What do you have their run differential at?
I'm gonna go plus 102.
Plus 194 is the number we are looking for there. That's right. They just know how to score them.
Jesus, they just lost to the Mets.
Then
that's tragic.
We take a look at our Philadelphia Phillies, the 65-54 Philadelphia Phillies, who are the number one wild card team. They are tied for the third best record in the National League. If they were in the NL Central, they'd be winning the division right now, tied with the Milwaukee Brewers. But I digress. The Phillies have scored the second most runs in the division so far this season at 550. What's their run differential at?
Positive?
It is
53.
I wish it would have been probably if Alec Boehm would have gotten ball four called on him. But they are plus 33.
Okay.
Plus 33 right there for the Phils. Then we move to the dumbest team of all time, the Miami Marlins, who are at 62-57, who have an expected win-loss of 55-64. Just dumb. Just so dumb.
Cinderella story.
Just ridiculous. I can't stand them. They've scored the least amount of runs in the division by far at 485. What do you have their run differential at?
Negatives?
Oh, yeah.
Negative 17.
Negative 40.
Okay, a little more.
Dumbest
or less.
team of all time. Dumbest team. Then, I just want to point out, Pitts, before we start, halfway through this recording, that Mets-Braves game just went final, and the stupid Mets won.
Yeah, 7-6.
When we started this recording, the Mets were in last place. They have since jumped the stolen franchise by a half a game. But when we started this recording, the Mets were in last place. Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. The coping is so real on Mets Twitter. Coping is so real.
What do you have to look forward to?
They have gone from World Series favorites at the start of the year to them wanting to lose games because they want a better draft pick and saying that it's good for the team. The coping is so real on Mets Twitter.
That is the ultimate spin zone. That is the ultimate spin zone.
Took it to my veins. I can't wait for 12 days of low Mets.
Yeah, that Christmas album is gonna be fuego.
We're gonna record that. We are gonna find a way to record 12 days of low Mets.
We will figure it out. We need to give that to the peeps.
Two traded aces. And a freak out from Frank Fleming.
Fleming.
The Mets are now 53-65, 22.5 games back of first place, 8.5 games back in the wild card. They have scored the second fewest runs in the division this season at 507. They have also given up the second most runs in the division. What is their run differential?
Negative 55.
So close. Negative 56.
Oh, I'm still going to contestants row, so let's ride.
Oh, that's great. Oh, it's so good. It's so good watching them squander and turn
I
into
love watching
feeble
Mets
little
collapses.
worms.
It is.
They
really
are the
nice.
cicadas. We've said that
Cicadas?
time and time again on this
Oh, my
podcast.
Lord.
The Mets are the cicadas, where they make all this noise. They're supposed to come out, and then Matt said this on Wednesday, and then you see two cicadas all summer. You see two brilliant performances by the Mets, and then they go gone
That's it. That's
for another
their summer.
17 years. It's the best. Then the stolen franchise, Washington Nationals, who the Mets and Nationals have the same amount of wins this year at 53. Just the
That's
Nationals have played
so
one more
funny.
game.
That is so funny.
The Nationals are 53-66. They have scored the third most runs in the division this year, though, at 517. But they've given up the most in the division this year. What is their run differential?
Negative 64.
Negative 89.
Oh, my next guess was 84. So
The Nationals, the Reds, the Rockies, your favorite team, Pitsy, the Oakland A's, and the Kansas City Royals are in the now surrendered 600-plus runs club this year.
dude, just like wave a flag or something.
The other run differentials that are very fun to look at, the LA Dodgers at plus 136 out in the NL West. The Padres, who are 56-62, have a plus 57 run differential. Stupid. Then the worst run differential in the National League, and it is the second worst in all of baseball. The Colorado Rockies have given up 679 runs this year, but have only scored 499 for a negative 180 run differential on the season.
Let me guess Oakland's. I need this.
To put that in context, the 38-81, the Rockies this year also 45-73. The 38-81 Kansas City Royals have scored 20 more runs than the Rockies and have a much worse record. But the Royals have given up 630. The Reds, who are in a playoff hunt right now, have surrendered 603 runs this season, and they sit at 62-58.
Jesus.
Let's get to Pitsy's favorite, the 33-85 Oakland A's. We're still closing in on that under 59.5, baby.
I'm going with.
They've given up. Or I'm sorry, I'll give you what they've scored. 420. Which is the fewest in baseball.
420 is the lowest in baseball.
For runs scored.
That's nonsense. Usually it's the highest.
All right, everybody, that's the episode. Make sure you subscribe and follow.
That's hilarious. Well, oh my god. I'm gonna go 283 negative.
We're so close. It's negative 284.
Oh my god, dude. Dude, that's twice. I'm a wizard.
They've given up 704 runs.
Dude, excuse me?
We still have
There's
a month
no
and a
way.
half left of baseball. They could, in theory, give up 300 more or 296 more runs this year. Give up 1,000 runs. I need to see it.
I think we need to see that. I now want to put a bet on it to manifest it. Like
704 runs surrendered.
that is so many runs. So many runs. That's wild.
I also have fun news. In 2 Mondays from now, I will be at Citizens Bank Park with some hashtag Phillies Twitter friends. We're meeting in person for the first time, which I'm very excited about. We're going to be absolute clowns together because our group chat has one collective brain cell. But we're going to see Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, and the Angels come to Philadelphia as they squander their season away as they're one game under 500 after going all in at the trade deadline and still can't win games. Very excited to see Shohei in person, though.
Oh,
Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani. We got to record that, too.
We got to sync that up somehow. Because that's a banger.
But from the baseball diamond to a very quick hit here. Apparently the Sixers have taken James Harden off the trade block. Nobody fucking cares about the Sixers right now. They are the least of our worries. We have a team that's in a pennant race. The Eagles are a month away from actual games that matter. The Union are hosting the best soccer player on the planet and have a chance to knock him out of the Leagues Cup and advance to another round of the Leagues Cup to win some silverware. Nobody fucking cares about the Sixers right now. And I don't know if anybody will care about the Sixers when the season starts. They have fallen from grace so hard after this year's playoffs. Collectively, nobody fucking cares. It's August. Like, stay out of it. Go in your little summer retreat cave and don't come out until Christmas.
Yeah, I'm
tired of it. I'm so tired of just the stupidity of that franchise. Let's move to just more fun stuff. It's brought to you by our friends over at Tomahawk Shades, the best small batch eyewear in the game. They now have an app that you can download in the App Store, Google Play. Just for downloading the app, you can claim a free pair of sunglasses in the app. You can't beat that. And Tomahawk Shades has you covered with sunglasses, blue light glasses, prescription lenses. Go to tomahawkshades.com or download the app, peruse the app, get your sunnies, and I want to make sure that I'm still correct on this because, Pitsy, it is the most wonderful time of the year with Tomahawk Shades. Yes, it is. The warehouse sale blowout going on right now still. So obviously, year-round, you can use our promo code USP for 25% off at checkout.
Oh, that's a good deal.
This is great. But here's the warehouse sale blowout, Pitsy. With code WARE80, that's WARE80, you can get up to 80% off at tomahawkshades.com for the warehouse blowout sale. That's right. WARE80 at checkout gets you up to 80% off the best small batch eyewear in the game. TomahawkShades.com or download the app. Check out the warehouse sale. Check out the mystery pack. Claim your free pair of sunglasses in the app. Tomahawk Shades, the best in the game. Shout out to the boys over at Tomahawk Shades. The Eagles had their first preseason game of the year. They lose 20-19 to the Baltimore Ravens, who just don't lose in the preseason. It's the stupidest thing ever. The biggest plays from that game, DeAndre Swift breaking ankles, running out of the backfield, was beautiful. He looks like he has a renewed sense of life in his career. Being with the Eagles, he looks great in number 0. I'll give him that.
Does look good.
And Jalen Carter absolutely demoralized a human being on the field, and it was hilarious. And the NFL, 8 teams really let the Eagles get the second coming of Aaron Donald.
Yeah, that was a boneheaded move, honestly. I just, why are we letting the Eagles get another stud like that? I think he could have been pretty good on the other 8 teams. One of the other 8. Ooh, do you know him off the top of your head?
So it was the Panthers, the Texans again.
The Texans passed on him twice
because they drafted quarterback and then they went linebacker. Let me see. NFL Draft 2023. I forget who forward.
23? Jalen Carter is a rookie?
Yeah.
Okay. No, they drafted Will Anderson.
So it's Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson. Anthony Richardson went to the Colts. Devin Witherspoon went to the Seahawks. Paris Johnson Jr. went to the Cardinals. Tyree Wilson went to the Raiders. Bijan Robinson went to the Falcons.
Oh, Falcons should have got him. Falcons, yeah, no. Falcons.
Jalen Carter, number 9 to the Philadelphia Eagles. He's going to be ridiculous. And I can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait to see him week 1. That's great. That's exactly how I want to start out my season with Mac Jones. Mac Jones has a pretty good record against the SEC boys, so.
Is it not Zappy Hour?
Shut the fuck up. I'm not doing this, okay? If I'm not fucking doing this, where people come at everywhere for all cylinders about Zappy slander, like, oh, is there a QB controversy? I fucking turn on NFL Network.
Lamar Jackson thinks there is.
Oh my God. Listen, Malik Cunningham is a Taysom Hill at best, just in a Bill Belichick offense, so actually useful.
I was going to say he's a money laundering scheme.
Damn it.
It's the greatest money laundering schemes of all time. Mattress stores, crypto, and NFTs, as we've all seen.
I mean, that one, we watched that play out in front of our eyes.
And Taysom Hill contracts.
Yeah, we're not giving him a Taysom Hill. He's just the next coming of it.
Hey, if he's the next coming, he's in line to become a money launderer.
Point is, there's no goddamn QB controversy. I'm so done hearing it. Mac is the guy. You saw it in his rookie year. Zappy, it could have been anybody in that offense last year to just move the ball downfield. That was an anomaly. Like we've buried that. We 6 feet under. Oh, I'm so sick.
I love having a team that is just so well put together.
Yeah, I'll tell you from experience, it's fun. Now I'm experiencing
so
on the
nice.
on where I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen this season. We can go 11-5. No, 11-5 and 16. So 11-7. We could go 11-6. 18 games, 11-6, 17. Yeah, we can go 11-6, or we could go 6-11. I just have no idea. I
love just being competent and well run, like a well-oiled machine. Pitsy, as everybody knows, I always disclose any and all futures bets that I place at any given time on this podcast. I place a futures bet in conjunction with there's an event going on in Philadelphia, Fan Fest, that happens every year, but is in conjunction with a certain sports book this year. So you have to place a $25 or more bet to be entered to get on the list to potentially get tickets to Fan Fest this year at Xfinity Live, where do you want to know who's going to be at Fan Fest this year?
Like an artist, concert?
There's 2 artists that will be there this year at Xfinity Live. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So here is who's going to be at Fan Fest. Looking here. All right. So the guests. Musical performance by hip-hop duo Ray Shremmerd.
Okay.
Headlined musical guest Fall Out Boy.
Black Beetle would slap if they combined.
Along with confirmed Philadelphia athletes that will be in attendance. Former Sixer, Lemon Pepper Lou Williams. Former Flyer, Scott Hartnell.
Oh, I know that name. Okay.
I believe I saw Brian Dawkins advertised. And also in attendance at FanFest this year. The one, the only, still seeking a handshake. The biggest of all dicks. Super Bowl 52 MVP, Nick Foles. Big Dick Nick in attendance for FanFest this year.
I think
Fall Out Boy and Big Dick Nick had me sold.
Yo, you got to make that happen.
So I have
That would seem less
placed a
the better.
futures bet to be entered to win tickets
Nice.
of $25 or more.
Okay.
Are
What
you
was the futures?
ready for my bet here?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
To win the NFC East in 2023-2024 at minus 115, our Philadelphia Eagles, which would be
Okay.
the first repeat division winner in the NFC East since 2003-2004 when the
That
Eagles
is
did
just
it.
bananas. That's bananas.
A
That's
payout of around $50, about $47 would be what I would win on that bet. It's the
To
Eagles
get tickets.
division to lose. It's the Eagles conference to lose. I think that's a great bet. That is a great, responsible bet.
That's I would say safe, responsible. No one in the NFC East has given me a reason to challenge the Eagles, maybe the Cowboys, but there's so many question marks surrounding the Cowboys every year that nothing in that department's changed for me. And the Eagles are just an absolute unit on both sides of the ball. And I would put them, like well into the playoffs. NFC Championship, but now they're even Super Bowl. Who knows?
We also have some futures that are looking kind of nice right now, too. Obviously, we've mentioned the Oakland A's under 59.5. We're still riding that train real good. We did bet the Phillies over wins this year.
Oh,
Over 88.5. Need 89 wins or more. That's looking real good right now, pal. We're at 65 wins.
oh, that's money.
And then one that can potentially hit next week, over 4.5 wins for Redwoods Lacrosse Club.
Ooh, what do they have?
They got win number 4 this past weekend in Denver. Need one more win with 2 weeks to go.
We like that. We like that.
So those are the futures bets right now. And then we also had a free bet that we placed for the Phillies to win the NL East. Who knows if
Or
it'll
got good
happen.
odds on that.
Probably won't happen. Plus 300, but probably
that's
won't
good
happen
odds.
because the Braves are a wagon. And then remember the ridiculous 14 division winner parlay that I told you about?
Oh yeah.
I curse those teams. Padres, they're in 4th place. Cardinals, they're in the basement.
Oh my.
Astros, they're in 2nd place, I think. We're fighting for 1st. And then the Twins are the only one leading their division. Who would have thought?
The goddamn Twins would be the only one that's keeping the ship afloat. That's
Twins.
crazy.
Ridiculous. Preseason though, I've lost all interest in preseason football. It does not matter to me one way or the other. It is more a beneficial thing for the players on the field than it is for the fans. You're going to end up seeing most of those players play in actual games that matter in a few weeks. The preseason is all vanilla. You're not going to show anything that you're going to actually do with these players. I have no interest in the preseason anymore.
You say vanilla. When I think of that, it's like I just want preseason football because it's some sort of live action. It's not a replay from last season. It's not an old throwback of a classic game. It's legit football now. And yeah, some of these guys may not be there during the regular season, but you get to feel out the team. Maybe there is a guy that sneaks on there. You predict him. I look at it through a different lens in the sense where it's not that I don't care about it. I don't invest in it is a better word. Like I'm not going to try to name all these guys and try to, pick, who's this guy that I think we should really watch out for. No, the stars from training camp and these practice squad level players, they shine and you know what they got it or not. No one's going to fly under the radar at this point. So you just want to see it because then it's like, all right, this guy may be a helpful piece to us if someone goes down. So that's the way you got to think of it.
Yeah, I just truly do not care about the preseason. It is so boring to me. It puts me to sleep, and don't care for it. And that is why I made the executive decision that Eagles enemies will start with the regular season from here on out.
I like that.
So you'll get Eagles enemies when the regular season begins.
Yeah, for now.
But shout out Jalen Carter, shout out DeAndre Swift. Get your Philly Dogs shirts. But Pitsy, the GOAT is coming to Philly. It's brought to you by our friends at Kenwood Beer, the official beer of Underground Sports Philadelphia. You guys can go to kenwoodbeer.com, see who's got Kenwood on tap in the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh areas, because maybe you're going to go out and watch the GOAT play against the Union on Tuesday night, because those tickies are expensive. Go to your local watering hole and get some Kennies. You can also buy it at your local Philadelphia area liquor store, and you can see who's got Kennies on tap by using that Kenny tracker. You got to be 21 or older to do so, and of course, please drink responsibly. Pitsy, the Union, moving on in the League's Cup. They are on to the semifinal after they beat Querétaro on Friday night, 2-1. The semifinal, Tuesday night, down at Subaru Park, down at the Sub. Before we keep going, Philadelphia, the stadiums here have the best nicknames for a stadium.
Link,
We
Sub.
got the Link, we got the Bank, we got the
Bank.
Sub, and we got the Farg.
Farg's fortunate, but it plays.
It plays. Going to the Farg to watch the Flyers, to watch the Sixers, watch the Wings.
Okay.
It's great. Great.
I wouldn't call it the
nicknames.
Farg, but
Great nickname. I used to not. I used to call it the Center because that's what the Delco
Center.
basketball
Okay.
team calls it, because they're not sponsored by the Farg. But the Farg, it plays. It is definitely number 4 on the list, because the Bank, the Link, the Sub.
the Link, the Link
Yeah,
is one.
yeah, bro, you going to the Sub?
You go to Sub, bro.
Lionel Messi's going to the Sub.
I'm gonna go see
Inter
the
Miami,
Phillies.
next up on the list for the Philadelphia Union in the League's Cup. Lionel Messi coming to Chester, PA, and I saw a great tweet, and I wish I would have bookmarked it to see who tweeted, so I apologize. Sure, Lionel Messi has played against the rabid fans of Spain, England, France, and the international level. But has he ever stepped foot in Delco and listened to fans yell, "Sucks!" after every opposing player introduction at 7:02 p.m. on a Tuesday? We'll see if Messi's built different or not on Tuesday night.
That's such a good.
He's never dealt
There.
with Delco's finest, with Philadelphia's finest.
That's a different type of passion and fandom that you get in Philly that you're not going to get in Spain or France or wherever. Like I just
No discredit to the fans of
none at all.
Barcelona or
Barcelona.
PSG or the Argentinian national team, whatever it may be. Philly's built different, bro. The Sub home field advantage is bonkos. I know the Sons of Ben are going to be going absolutely apeshit on Tuesday night, making it the most uncomfortable environment that Lionel Messi will ever play in his career. You heard it here first. I'm not exaggerating. I can't wait. The mental warfare that Philadelphia fans initiate during a game, no matter the sport, is second to none.
That's why I want to see it, is because I want to see what it actually is like. And then on top of that, the press conference, what he has to say afterwards. That's going to be priceless. Like,
Imagine
what he has to
does
say about playing a Philly.
Imagine he does like a Pedro Martinez. I just have to tip my cap and call the Union my daddy. Could you
All-time
imagine?
line.
Could you
All-time
imagine?
line. Oh, that would be nonsense. That would be absolute nonsense.
Next
If
time
Messi was just like,
Lionel Messi comes to Philly, who's your daddy?
I just, dude, no, don't put it past them. They'll do it. Don't put it past Philly, man. They'll do it.
I need everybody who is going to be fortunate enough to go into Subaru Park on Tuesday night to be loud, raucous, rowdy, respectful, but
Toe the
rowdy.
line.
and make it an environment that Lionel Messi will never forget. Root on our boys to victory and advance the Union to the League's Cup final. It needs to happen where we can say Philadelphia took down the GOAT once again.
We need it to happen. We need it to happen.
Imagine Philadelphia on our resume. Now, no offense to you, Pitsy, but you won the next year anyway, so it's all right. Philadelphia as a city can say, we took down the NFL GOAT on the big stage. We took down the world's game GOAT in Lionel Messi.
You guys,
to have.
bunch of goat beaters.
We have Messi and Tom Brady in our infinity gauntlet.
You got to beat LeBron.
That'll probably never happen.
Try to think of the other one. Oh, Ovechkin.
Gretzky's retired.
Yeah, Gretzky is the greatest hockey player. It's just never going to be touched. It's not.
And
that's it. Golf, you're not beating Tiger.
I mean, Shohei's not getting to a World Series anytime soon.
No, Shohei is absolutely not getting it. If he's got a halo over his head, he ain't going nowhere.
But how insane would that be? Philadelphia just have those two guys on their resume of taking them down.
That's a pretty good resume.
So if you're going to Subaru Park on Tuesday night, let us know. Send us videos. Send us pictures. Send us the vibes. We'll post them everywhere. We want to see what it's like as you guys rally the boys onto victory and take down the GOAT, Lionel Messi. I can't wait. I'm going to be strapped to my TV on Tuesday night. 7 o'clock Eastern time. Hachi Machi.
ESPN?
I want to say it's local broadcast, and then MLS has the deal with Apple TV.
Oh, true. Yeah, we talked about that.
But I'm very excited for this game. I'm going to be rooting the boys harder than I've ever rooted for the boys outside of the MLS Cup last year, which still puts a dagger in my heart. But I'm excited. Like, that's such a cool opportunity too for anybody that's in the area. Like, you get to go watch like one of the greatest athletes of all time in our city play against our squad. Like, that's a crazy thing. Like, everyone who's at that game on Tuesday night can say, I watched the greatest soccer player of all time with my own two eyeballs in the flesh. Like, that's a cool sports fan box to check.
That's really cool.
Like,
how many times do you get to see an athlete like that?
Not very many.
Especially one that's international too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
a guy who just came to the U.S. to play his sport.
And see him this early on, like your first season, in a
semifinal to advance to a championship. Like, the energy is going to be insane.
It's going to be popping.
I can't wait.
Popping at the soup.
So stoked. We always have fun conversations on this podcast, and one that gets brought up a lot just on the internet as a whole is the great chicken wing debate. And it's brought to you by our friends over at Trophy Smack. There's no better way to upgrade your fantasy smack talk, guys. Pitsy, I got my fantasy draft this week.
Oh, I was talking about that with the boys last night, that we got to get on our fantasy draft. There's no date set.
I'm not ready. I have selected my keepers. We're going 3 wide receivers into this draft.
Oh.
I threw some D's on my shit. Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith, and DK Metcalf.
Oh, brilliant.
I have my fantasy draft, and we just upgraded our trophy with Trophy Smack. You can do the same. You can get belts, metal wall art, rings. Pitsy, they now have turnover chains.
That's elite. That's an elite
And of course, they've got trophies. They've got last place trophies and banners. We might be doing something with Trophy Smack pretty soon. Stay tuned for that. Go to trophysmack.com/underground and upgrade your fantasy smack talk today. Get rid of that old dinky trophy you got, from behind the karate dojo in the little strip mall and go with the big boys.
Yeah.
TrophySmack.com/underground to upgrade your fantasy smack talk. The great chicken wing debate, Pitts. Not the drums or flats debate.
No.
It's the side dipping sauce debate that is hot in the streets. I saw it on my Facebook feed today, and I just had to chime in once again. Obviously, people go with the ranch or the blue cheese. You're either team ranch, team blue cheese. For the people at home, let them know which side of the line you ride with.
Hashtag Team Ranch, baby.
I'm team neither. And there's a good reason for it. Now, everybody wants to say, it's a compliment to whatever you're getting. It's meant to help, blah, blah, blah. No, you're wrong. Be an adult. Grow up. If you're ordering ranch or blue cheese with your wings that you're already getting a sauce on, whether it be hot sauce, buffalo sauce, barbecue, whatever it may be, the list goes on and on. The possibilities are endless. You're telling on yourself that your establishment of choice for wherever you get your wings from is not doing a good enough job with the sauce that they are putting on their wings or the dry rub, whatever it may be. I'm a huge dry rub guy too.
Yeah, but then a dry rub, you're definitely gonna need a sauce.
No.
That's a compliment.
No.
The sauce complements
You're tasting the flavor of what you're getting on the wing. You're neutralizing that and masking that with blue cheese or ranch, and it ruins your wing.
Yeah, if you're dousing it in
I'm
ranch
sorry.
or blue, but
it's terrible. It's
terrible.
terrible.
It's a cool with a hot.
It's a terrible tactic. You people need to grow up and enjoy whatever sauce you're getting on your wings the way that they are intended to be enjoyed. Stop putting ranch and blue cheese on your wings. It is disgusting. Michael Jordan meme. Stop it. Get some help.
I don't think I've
terrible.
ever disagreed with you over something so much.
It's
I
terrible.
I could not disagree more that a sauce is as important to the wing as the wing itself.
Why do you need a complimentary sauce to a sauce?
Because that's the point. That's like saying, what do you mean? Hold on, back up. A lot of thoughts. Complimentary sauce, it's because it's hot. It's a cool. It's supposed to be like a yin and yang thing.
Drink some water.
No, water would make it
Cleanse
worse.
the palate. You're masking whatever sauce or if you are getting hot wings or buffalo wings or whatever it may be, and you can't tolerate the heat without masking that with ranch or blue cheese.
But it tastes good. You can have the taste
Grow
without
up.
the heat. And then that's what the ranch or blue cheese does. Is like, no, I am right here. I have worked in food for my entire life.
I have consumed millions and millions of wings without blue cheese or ranch.
You think I haven't? Look at my tummy. Like what? Like
we're on YouTube.
You
can't They'll demonetize us for that.
I know. That's why it's under the name, the lower third. But if you were to look under my lower third, you would see my big tummy. And my big tummy has had a lot of wings in it my entire life. With ranch on it, with blue cheese. It's not my favorite, but I dabble. And then there's other sauces too that you can dip it. There's like that's the other. It's about dipping. That's why people like it, is because they like the dip. And then it's two different.
You know why people like blue cheese and ranch with their wings? They have an oral asphyxiation.
Yeah, your boy. Hello. I do.
That's the admit it to yourselves. You have an oral asphyxiation when you're dipping wings in ranch and blue cheese. It's not that you like ranch and blue cheese on your wings. It's you like the sensation of dipping something. You're like Edgar Allan Poe.
Since when did you become
dipping
WebMD?
a feather pen into an ink jar?
Since when did
that's
you
all?
become
That's
WebMD?
all you ranch and blue cheese truthers are. You're Edgar Allan Poe.
See, my issue with that is he was a great writer. Problem is, I only have the image of Edgar Allan Poe in South Park, where he's a total that episode with the goth kids.
Point proven.
Just like tired of it, like so sick of it. Like you don't get it. No, I disagree. Still, I love ranch. Like I think that's it. What do you? So, but Okay, I'm trying to make the fry and ketchup argument. I know that's going to get shut down.
There's no sauce on.
There it is, Kyle. Thank you. I think I just need you to say it. All right, I don't like chicken nuggets.
There's no sauce on those.
You would, if you had barbecue sauce, would you dip that in ranch?
No. What am I? What? Are you a maniac?
I love.
You're who SpongeBob was looking for in the episode. I'm the maniac.
No, it's so good.
No, ranch
Mixing
is vile.
sauces
Blue cheese is even more vile.
No, you need to start mixing sauces because then you get different
No.
flavors in your mouth.
No. If I'm wanting barbecue sauce, that's what I'm there for. If I'm wanting buffalo sauce, that's what I'm there for.
Yeah, but what I'm just saying, if you gotta mix the sauces sometimes. I'm just trying to open your mind to a whole new world of different.
I'm here
flavors.
to tell everybody, ranch and blue cheese is also absolutely disgusting.
Blue cheese, yes. Ranch, no.
Vile.
I don't like the chunks of blue cheese. That freaks me out.
Ugh.
I don't understand how I'm eating.
All you freaks who eat blue cheese, you're eating mold. Let that sink in. You're willingly eating mold. That's what blue cheese is.
But like, apparently with cheese, mold is good.
You're willingly eating mold. Let that sink into your little brains. And then go eat chicken wings the proper way.
All right.
Let us know.
Let us. I want to hear. I want to see and hear.
Sound off in the comments.
Need that. Be right with the champ. The champ loves sauces, and you should too.
That's all we got for you guys this week. Make sure you're following us at Underground PHI, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Follow Pitsy on Twitter at Pat_Pits and at Pitsy35 on Instagram, Threads. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/undergroundsportsphi. Follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311 and on Instagram and Threads at KBIZZLE11. And you can follow me on TikTok at KB_Underground. Give me to 100 followers, I'll start doing TikTok content. I have a brainchild of what I'm going to kick off my TikTok career with.
Ooh.
I'm going to tell Pitsy off air because I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah,
but it is something we discuss on this show. So
ooh.
I think it's going to be very, very good, in my opinion. Subscribe to the podcast feed. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Leave a 5-star rating and review. It goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow. The downloads over the summer have been incredible. Thank you guys for supporting on the audio platform. We love that. You know, it matters just as much as YouTube. So keep downloading, subscribing, reviewing, rating 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. It's where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week, every show on our network, original video content, clips, live streams, shorts. We got a Fun Man on the Street video dropping on Monday as well that you won't want to miss. All our video content on YouTube, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. Get us to 600 subscribers before the end of August. That is a company initiative. Need to make that happen. So go subscribe. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Get your merch, phiapparel.co, code underground for 10% off any and all merch orders. And, of course, this podcast is presented by the City of Vineland. And whether you are a company looking to expand, relocate, or are a new business startup, selecting the right location is critical to your success. Vineland, New Jersey offers both an affordable business location and an excellent quality of life. The city's economic development department is a one-stop source for moving your project through the development and approval process. Their goal is to make this process as smooth as possible and to provide the fastest turnaround times in the region. If you're considering potential locations for your operation, contact the Vineland Economic Development Team at 856-794-4100. That's 856-794-4100. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big shout out to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. This has been episode number 559 of Underground Sports Philadelphia. We'll be back on Wednesday night, myself and Matt breaking down everything from the Phils up north trip to Toronto, getting ready for another Eagles preseason game, and whatever else decides to hit the Philly sports stratosphere or our stratosphere as a whole. But until then, for Pitsy, I'm KB. We're getting the heck up out of here, and we are signing off. Peace.